your day with joy and happiness here on 90.9 FM, Radio Baha'i. Streaming at radiobaha'i.us.
You love, peace, and unity. This is 90.9 FM, Radio Baha'i. It is yours truly, TJAY Jones, and I have a special guest with me here today to talk a little bit about the T.W.L.U.M Teens Project fundraiser that's going to take place on August 5th. He's been on the air with us last year, organizing an event, and he's back again, Mr. Tyron Wilson. Mr. Wilson, how you doing?
Doing well. Glad to be on.
Yeah, thank you so much for taking the time out to talk a little bit about the gala, which we'll get to in a minute. But before we get started, for those that may not know you, can you introduce yourself to the community and let them know a little bit about yourself?
Yes, my name is Tyron Wilson. I live out in the Pee-Dee community of Georgetown County. I have a nonprofit that I work with kids 12 to 18. I take them on college tours and different adventures. I also want to give a plug out to Neighbor to Neighbor. Neighbor to Neighbor is where I'm employed as well, and that's where we find volunteers to help our elderly and disabled get to their doctor appointment and things like that.
Shouts out to Neighbor for what they do. And also just shouts out to you with your organization, T.W.L.U.M, which is the Tyron Wilson Let Us Mentor Teen Project. I thought that was pretty dope how you just incorporated the name. And where did that come from? Like, what did the name derive from? Did it take a while for you to come up with that name? Who helped you out with that? What was the thought behind it?
Man, I had a amazing, I call her young lady, Miss Susan Caroline. Mm-hmm. Susan Caroline, she's the one that helped me do the paperwork for my nonprofit.
Right.
And I give all shout out to her because I wanted to keep it a simple name, but she was like, if your name is Tyron Wilson and you are mentoring to the kids, so. Mm-hmm. Let's put this Let Us Mentor Teens Project together. And like I told her since day one, if my name is on something, I'm gonna make sure that it's great. And right. and we've been blessed over 6+ years as we reach so many kids, over 200+ kids in some way. So whether it be doing a college visit, whether it be doing a youth bullying mental health awareness workshop that they may have attend, maybe through the free map tutoring that we did for the last 2 or 3 years right there at Carver's Bay for the Carver's Bay High and middle school kids. So and also we work with kids in not just Georgetown County but also Williamsburg County.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you all do an outstanding job. I mentioned that we had an interview last year when you organized the event at Pee-Dee Park. I mean, it was a great event. Unfortunately, the rain didn't agree with us that day, but I mean, it still was a great turnout. People came out, had a good time, enjoyed themselves. And, what you all are doing, not only are you all helping the community, in my opinion, you all are creating memories for these young kids. And, I think about it, Mr. Wilson. I mean, knew you grew up in a Pee-Dee area. What was it like for a young Tyron Wilson growing up in the Pee-Dee? Did you have those mentors around you? And maybe did that help you to be able to spearhead the path that you're on right now?
Hey, the funny thing about it, I am not from the Pee-Dee community.
Okay.
I'm born and raised in Williamsburg County.
Okay.
In a community called the St. Mark community.
Okay.
And I know as a young male coming up, there was no program like this that because I made a left instead of a right as I was coming up. Many people don't know. And I saw so many opportunities that I missed out on. Right. But blessed now, but so many opportunities because of that left that I didn't have that mentor to guide me. So that's why I'm so passionate about helping our youth, giving them choices. See, and that's all we can really do. Give them choices so that even if they make that left, life ain't over.
Right.
And many kids don't hear that as they go through different things that they feel like they no one care about them. No, I can't get a job. I can't change my kind of like my history. Everyone can change their history.
Right.
You know, it's all about, you got to have that determination in wanting to better yourself, no matter what you did in the past, and don't hold that against you for your whole life.
Yeah. I mean, life is about, making mistakes and learning from those mistakes. A lot of people feel like the mistakes that they make at times are a death sentence. But I mean, honestly, those lessons are there to teach you, not just in your life, but also the other's life that you may come in contact with, which you just alluded to. And, that helps you be able to reach some of these youth out here. And also, you're also providing them experiences, like you talk about with the college tour. What was the thought behind that? Trying to organize like some of these college tours. What did you have to do in order to make that happen? And how do you feel about it?
And for me, I never went to college. College wasn't my cup of tea, but at the end of the day, I know so many kids, because of their parents' background, for different reasons, the family got to work, that if they would have stepped foot on a college ground, that they probably would have went to college. And at the same time, if the parents couldn't take them to do a college tour when those days came, it's amazing. When the first year I took a group of kids to South Carolina State Youth Day, and we did a college tour. I mean, the smile on their face, for them to go into a dorm, to see how the dorm rooms look, to see, and this is the biggest thing, to see kids that look just like them, may act just like them, because so many kids are so smart that they feel like they get caught up in the bubble of high school.
Right.
Don't understand, like, once high school is over, them friends that you had in high school, 9 times you ain't gonna see 99% of them.
Right. That's true.
You're gonna have new friends, you're gonna meet new people. But that's mainly behind, like, with the college tours, because I feel like, and I hate to keep using me, but it's real, because everything that I'm doing is all circumstance that I wish that I could have done, things that I wish I had a chance to experience at a young age.
Yeah. I mean, I grew up in the 90s where, different world was on TV. We talk about like HBCUs and how great that was. But I have to give a shout out. There was a guy by the name of Coach Charles Alexander when I was in middle school. He introduced me to the college experience. Like, seriously, like, he used to do the same thing, kind of similar to what you were doing, Mr. Wilson. And he would get like these young youth boys, a lot of them were at risk. A lot of them, didn't have father figures in life. And he introduced us to a world. He introduced me to Jackson State University, which at the time I may have been like 12 years old. Neither did I know, probably like 5 years later, I would have ended up going to that university. It's crazy, like, how it works. And the experiences, once again, that you're giving these youth, and you're seeing individuals that look just like them, coming from different backgrounds, probably similar to the background they came from. It shows them that it is attainable. And by you doing it, you're creating a positive impact in their life. And I'm pretty sure, like, when they get older, they're going to be telling their kids about that, because, having a positive male role model, that you can actually lean on, that you can talk to, and that can provide experience for you is indeed a plus. I mean, you have to, some of the experiences that you have with the youth, like, how is it like interacting with kids around that age, young, impressionable, What type of tools and things that you try to instill inside of them to get them prepared for adulthood?
Yeah, because one thing I always do when I'm with the kids is I can't think like as being older adult. I sometimes you got to go to the kids level for them to understand and get things, and learn, because I can't talk to them on once again on an adult level. But and I guess that's one major thing, because I'm more of a hands-on with the Teen Project. Many other nonprofits, they may have a whole staff, and we don't have a staff.
Right.
We have volunteers that come out, and when we have different workshop, people come out and and speak to the kids. They chaperone with us, but to me it's a great thing. But at the end of the day, I try to get young people to relate to the young folks. That's what a transition that we're going towards right now, because they're getting older. I'm getting older. Yeah. So I want to make sure that we don't lose everything that what we got going on with, having people to come speak. Once again, if we go on a college tour, different type of tours that is someone around their age, but at the same time, you got to be careful, who you put around the kids, and I take that to heart, because I make sure, if you're gonna be part of the Teen Project or you're gonna volunteer, I got to really know a lot about you, and in order to protect everything that we have built.
Yeah, I mean, and consistency is key. Like you say, you're around the youth and you're talking to them, you're interacting with them. They know they can lean on you, and it's very important. Like when you do volunteer, to make sure that you're all in. Because you establish the relationships with the kids, and you definitely want to make sure that you leave a lasting impression. Especially like when kids probably feel like they can lean on you, and then all of a sudden you're not there anymore. You're like, hey, what's going on? But
they notice these things like that. That's why it is. If for example, if I feel like, and it might not happen, but if the Teen Project would stop doing what they're doing in the area, the kids would be like, like, what happened? Because it's sad that we don't have many more. And I know Mr. Ray Funny right in Plantersville, and also in the Pee-Dee community, they have Pee-Dee Community Project, got the after school program. But you would think that it would be more programs in the area, because if for kids that the Teen Project can't reach, maybe that organization, nonprofit, working with the youth, but be able to reach those kids.
Yeah. How's your relationship with the community as you as you organize like this, your organization? Has the community embraced you? What type of impressions do you have when you're asking the community to come out, or if you're trying to organize things? How have the community embraced you?
I would say with that, I get good reception from the community, but at the same time, when we put together different events, we put it out there.
Right.
And it's all up to that community, whether it's be the Pee-Dee community, whether it be the Charpie, Browns Ferry area, Williamsburg County, Hemingway area. Only thing we can do is put it out there, and we put it out there where we ask if anyone would like to participate, donate, volunteer. We put it out there, and and that's all we can do. And I'll leave it at that.
Yeah, that's all you can do is just put it out there, organize it, and but all in all, you're doing all the right things, and that's all that matters at the end of the day. Before we get into the gala, Mr. Wilson, I just want to ask you this question: when it's all said and done, and you kind of like winding it down a little bit, what would you like your lasting the memory of Tyron Wilson to be when it comes to helping the community?
The last impression I would like to leave on is that Tyron Wilson did everything possible to change the lives of our future leaders. When they hear so much negativity and so much no, but they can dream. That my goal is for them to never forget where they come from, never forget as they part of the team project. And I must leave it with this: come back, give back. If you leave your community and you become great, you don't, come back and give back in some way.
Right.
You know.
Yeah. I mean, because it means a lot, especially like when you go away, you establish yourself and you come back. I mean, it means a lot to the community, you know, to know that you still have their interests at heart. That's extremely important. Speaking of importance, the gala that's going to take place on August 5th, that's a Saturday. It's going to be at Ocean Reef Resort in Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. Got a keynote speaker, Ms. Rose Rock, the mother of Chris Rock. What was the thought behind the gala? I know this isn't the first time it's been done on a few occasions, but what was the thought pattern behind starting the gala, and what are you trying to accomplish with the gala?
Yeah, now with the gala, I'm so happy when I reach out to Ms. Rose Rock that she was very open to being our keynote speaker, and I'm telling you that's why it's very important to get to know people. And sometimes when you think that you're not working out there putting the work in, the right people are watching you.
Yeah, true.
And just share a little bit, Ms. Rose. Me and Ms. Rose met through LinkedIn. If no one's on LinkedIn, get on LinkedIn. But through LinkedIn, she reached out to me, little old me, doing what I do for the kids for the last about 5.5 years, and she reached out to me and she heard about the great work that I'm doing, and she said, keep doing what you do. And I asked her to, was she I'm having an event on that certain day, and if she in the area, come through, and lo and behold, she came through, and that was amazing for the kids to meet Ms. Rose, because she's from the Andrews area. But she lives in New York, but for her to spend time for us to get to know each other and know more about the team project, it was a blessing. But yeah, she's going to be the keynote speaker, and we also got I reached out to T.W.L.U.M Woodbury. T.W.L.U.M Woodbury is from the Hemingway area. And he lives in Los Angeles now. He's a producer, an actor, and a writer. T.W.L.U.M is doing amazing things in what he's doing, and that's the good thing about it. When I reached out to him, he was happy to be the guest speaker as well. Yeah, man. I mean, this is all about letting, because the kids are coming out to the event as well. So I want to make sure that they get the experience of a lifetime, dressing up and getting to meet people and then have a great time.
As you were speaking, I was just trying to look up T.W.L.U.M Woodbury. My wife actually watched a couple of his shows. The show For the Love of Jason is actually I guess it's a show that's been on since 2020. She loved that show, and should have put a ring on it, as well as some other different movies that he's been a part of. So shouts out to T.W.L.U.M Woodbury being a part of the event, as well as Ms. Rose Rock. But it should be a great affair. Definitely looking forward to me and my wife coming out to the event and making sure that we're out there supporting. And it's just a great cause altogether, donating and raising money, to be able to fund the project and the mission. I like to call it the mission as well, that you're on, trying to help the youth and let them know that there's outlets out there, there are individuals that care, and they want to put you in the right position to succeed. Mr. Wilson, thank you so much for stopping by to talk to us a little bit about the project, also about the gala. Looking forward to it. Before we go, anything that you would like to add or information that you would like to put out there?
Yeah, I would just like to put out there that, the team project, we continue to go hard for our youth. Our theme for the gala is mentoring the minds of tomorrow. And we must always remember that these kids are our future. If we don't put in the work for them to be successful in some type of way, then we're failing our youth.
Yeah, definitely got to make sure that we put them in the right position to succeed. And what you're doing, Mr. Wilson, is putting them on a path to do just that. Once again, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Tyron Wilson, make sure that you, come on out if you can. I'll make sure that I put the website out there. If you want to get information, it's www.T.W.L.U.M So make sure that you log on, learn about the event, and also donate because it's a great cause. Mr. Wilson, thank you so much, and look forward to seeing you down the road.
And thank you much, TJ.
Fill your day with joy and happiness here on 90.9 FM, Radio Baha'i. Streaming at radiobahai.us.